The reading nook sits at the end of a quiet hallway, tucked into a corner of the building where sound rarely reaches. The doorway has no door, only a wide wooden frame that softens the transition from the hallway into the room. When you step inside, the air feels warmer, still, and faintly touched by the scent of old paper and polished wood. The room is small but open, shaped almost like an alcove that was gradually expanded over time. A single window sits on the far wall, though the curtains are drawn, leaving only a dim, diffused light to settle across the space. The glow is gentle, soft enough that your eyes adjust immediately. You take your first step onto the wooden floor. The boards are smooth and slightly warm, carrying a soft sound that fades quickly. Another step follows, then another, and the room receives each one with quiet ease. To your right, a low bookshelf runs along the wall. Its compartments are filled with books of different sizes and ages, their spines muted in color. Nothing is arranged by height or theme. Everything rests in a calm, natural disorder that feels comforting rather than untidy. You walk along the shelf, noticing the subtle variations in the bindings, the small imperfections that tell stories of use. Your hand drifts close to the shelves, without touching, tracing the air just above the wood. The room feels peaceful in a way that doesn't ask for stillness, but suggests it gently. Near the center, an oversized armchair sits on a circular rug. The fabric is worn in the kind of way that suggests many hours of quiet use. Its cushions look soft but supportive, shaped by time, not neglect. You walk around the chair slowly, taking in the gentle curve of its back and the subtle prints in the rug beneath it. Next to the chair stands a small side table made of dark wood. Its surface holds only 2 items, a closed notebook and a small, simple pencil. Both are positioned as though someone placed them down at the end of a long, peaceful moment and never felt rushed to return. A faint warmth lingers around them, as if they have absorbed the quiet of the space. You continue walking toward the far wall where the window sits behind its curtains. The curtains are thick, soft, and slightly textured. When you pass your fingers lightly over the edge, the fabric moves just enough to acknowledge the touch before settling again. The light behind it is consistent, offering no strong shadows. To the left of the window, another set of shelves climbs vertically, this time holding boxes, a few folded blankets, and a scattering of notebooks. The items are arranged in a way that feels lived in yet completely still. You walk along this side of the room, letting your eyes travel over each object. The quiet here has depth. It's not the absence of sound, it's the presence of calm. You take a slow breath and notice how easily your shoulders lower, how naturally your walk finds an even rhythm. The room seems to absorb every movement you make, softening the edges of each step. A narrow bench sits under the tall shelf. Its cushion is simple, a muted fabric that blends with the rest of the room. You walk past it, tracing its outline with your gaze. If someone had sat there earlier in the day, the cushion would have gently remembered their shape. But tonight it lies smooth and undisturbed. As you reach the corner near the entrance, you notice a small reading stand set against the wall. Its frame is metal, lightly brushed, holding a wooden surface tilted at a comfortable angle. There is nothing resting on it now, but its presence adds a quiet sense of purpose to the room. You move past it with a steady pace, letting your fingertips brush the air above the stand. You walk toward the center again, this time passing the armchair from the opposite side. The way the light settles on its fabric makes the chair appear even more inviting, though you do not sit. Sitting isn't needed. The walk itself is the experience the room offers. Your steps bring you to another low shelf along the left wall. This one contains only a short row of books and two large storage boxes tucked neatly underneath. You bend slightly, not to open anything, but to appreciate the symmetry of the arrangement. The room feels designed for restful attention, allowing your thoughts to quiet without effort. You straighten again and continue walking toward the window. A slight draft moves through the fabric, not enough to disturb it, only enough to suggest the world outside without revealing it. You stand near the curtain for a moment, feeling the calm it radiates. Then you resume your slow, steady steps. The rug beneath the armchair brushes your foot as you pass again. Its texture is soft, woven with thick threads. The pattern is subtle, almost faded, as though it was chosen specifically to avoid drawing focus away from the room's overall quiet. You move back to the door frame, then turn and walk the full length of the room once more, letting your pace remain consistent and natural. The wooden boards continue their soft rhythm beneath you. The shelves remain steady. The air stays warm and gentle. Nothing shifts. Nothing interrupts your steps. Nothing asks anything of you. You reach the far end again and let your hand rest lightly on the back of the armchair. This time, the fabric feels warmer, shaped by the quiet presence of the room itself. You stand there for a breath, then continue walking, forming a slow loop that brings you past the shelves, the window, the bench, the reading stand, Your steps soften even more. The room feels full and complete. As you return to the center, the quiet of the reading nook settles deeper around you, wrapping your body and your thoughts in a calm that feels steady and unforced. The chair rests, the shelves rest. The room holds its stillness without effort. Your walk drifts into its final few steps. There is no ending to mark, no moment to highlight. The calm simply stays, and your movement joins it. Your walk comes to a gentle close here, in the quiet reading nook, held by warmth, stillness, and the soft presence of every object around you.